All right, guys, breaking news. Leo has passed away. A lot of you might know we used to have it was Leo's podcast called Leo and Longevity. One of my best friends, Boston Lloyd, invited me on there about a year and a half ago. I was on there for about a year, about 8 months to a year. And it was me, Boston, and Leo. Sometimes Blue would join us too. We had something good going for a while. It was a good podcast, and then it started going in a negative direction I wasn't fond of. And, Leo, I told Leo, hey man, I'm just, that's not the direction I want to go on a podcast, just bashing people. And, that's just not what I want to do. And he got upset. This was like the last time we spoke. He got upset and kept asking me to do his podcast, leaving me messages. And I said, no, dude, and he talked down to me before too. And I've never had a grown man talk down to me like that I'm supposed to be doing business with and podcasts with. And it was just, he wasn't right, and a lot of, this wasn't right, and, it could have been a lot of the stuff he took, or I don't know. But it's still, this is sad for his family. My prayers go out to his family. He has a daughter and wife. He left in the States and moved to Thailand, which that's a whole nother story. And, I was trying to make peace with him and just move on and just saying, hey, I don't want to do this podcast anymore. Went with him. This was after Boston passed away. We were going to resume the podcast. We took like a month break and we were going to resume it back in Boston's name. And then we just never got there. I just told Leo, I'm not on the same track, with wanting to bash all these people. That's just not something I want to do. Eventually the last message I got from him, he was like, F you, never liked you, and some other stuff. It was pretty, I didn't bother me. It was just kind of like, wow, okay. But we stopped talking after that, obviously, and he moved to Thailand pretty much. I think he, obviously he's in some trouble in the States. He couldn't be here. He was on the run, whatever. He moved in with Tony Huge in Thailand. I like Tony. I don't agree with most of the things he does, though, like all the crazy, chemical combinations and all that stuff. I just don't agree with it. I don't, a lot of the stuff he sells, I don't agree with, but, that doesn't matter. They found Leo in the home in Thailand. I believe he shared with Tony. He had blood coming out of his nose and mouth. Two and two together, we can kind of have idea what this is about, obviously. But, I don't like to, no, we weren't friends. No, I wasn't fond of him, but I don't like to hear anybody passed away. I think a lot of us just wanted to hear a sincere apology from him for the things he's done to people and then just move on from there. That's all. But, life is short, guys. You never know when your last day is. So just, on this earth, just remember, when you're gone, what you want to be remembered by. I know a lot of people liked his information he gave out. They said it was really helpful. I thought it was really dangerous. A lot of the information he gave out, it was pretty dangerous. But regardless, he still has a family. Like I said, he has an ex-wife that they weren't on good terms. But now, he has a daughter that he left to in the States. So I don't even know if he was even going to take responsibility to be a father. But regardless, he's gone. And this is what the video is about. I'm sure in Thailand, if it's related to anything, drug-wise, they don't play around when it comes to drugs. So whoever he was living with, which was, Tony Huge at the time, I'm sure it's going to be thoroughly investigated. And you just, we don't have any definite answers that, hey, it could not even be that. I don't want to say it's one thing, but I knew the guy. I'm not going to talk about all his serious personal life on here and, all his issues. It's pretty much a video just telling you he's not here any longer. He's gone. So people out there, just treat people better. When you're gone, you don't want to be known as this person that just caused, trouble with everybody, talk bad about everybody. He just recently started his YouTube channel up again. He was doing one with Tony Huge, and I know he had a lot of followers, and people like I said, they liked his information. Me personally, like, I thought it was very dangerous. You know, me and Boston Lloyd was one of my close friends, and I'm not going to say, oh, he was responsible for Boston's downfall, but he was enabling Boston at the end to take certain things that I was not okay with, and I would tell Boston, that's not okay, you shouldn't do that. If he goes, well, Leo told me to, I'm like, no, bro, that's not okay to take. But basically, that's what the video is about. You know, I never really got to know the guy that well. He just he told a lot of different stories. You know, obviously Leo's not even his name. People just know him as Leo on Longevity. But I I knew him for a year. We did the podcast, but outside the podcast, we briefly spoke just about doing the podcast. I tried to even be a friend to him before when he was supposedly going through a rough time. Then I found out he was not even being truthful about what he was going through. So some people are just, can't put a finger on it. But this is not to bash him at all. I mean, the guy's gone. That's not at all. I'm just telling you how I knew him, my experiences with him. And we, like I said, we did do podcasts together, and the podcasts, they were good at first. People loved them. People loved that trio, Leo, Boston, and I. And then Boston passed, and after that, it was, sad, and we never got it going after that. And so that's basically it, guys. This is, I literally just heard this not too long ago. Johnny Bravo made a video on it, and then Johnny texted me. So Johnny texted me and Nick Trigili, and then I text, my friend Dave. So we'll probably talk about it tomorrow on After Hours on RX Muscle. And I believe he had a dad, so prayers go out to his dad. Losing somebody's, I'm sure he had I'm sure he had people out there that loved him, and that are affected by this. So prayers go out to them, and basically that's it, guys.